Hello Pisces, welcome to Monarch Intuition, and today I'm going to be doing your June 2022 mid-monthly check-in reading for you. Now I know that I'm a little bit behind schedule, but things have been a little bit crazy. So if you're new to my channel, what I like to do is I like to pull one major arcana to see the energy and then clarify it with a different deck. So what is going on for Pisces? What do they need to know about? One major arcana. We have the Fool. So this represents going from an ending into a brand new beginning, a blank slate, a fresh start, okay? And here's the thing about the Fool energy. Only you can mess this up. So when we look at the initial artwork of the Fool, he has his eyes closed, right? But he has the sun representing enlightenment. And he's walking off of a cliff. Now, whether that cliff is an actual cliff or, just a small little drop off, it's yet to be determined. The Fool has his eyes closed because he's illuminated by the sunlight, right? Now, you might be thinking that, well, that's very foolish. He's going to fall off the cliff. Well, the Fool knows that he'll be reincarnated into a new situation. He's going to go to a blank slate, right? So if he doesn't like this lifetime, he's essentially walking off the cliff to restart the situation all over again. Because the Fool starts the major arcanas. In fact, it starts the minor arcanas. When the tarot deck hits the world, it starts back at the Fool. So the Fool represents zero. It represents that pause of the end and the beginning. So what is going on for Pisces? What do we need to know? So only you can mess this up for yourself. You have a blank slate. And whatever it is, this could be you starting a new job. This could be you starting, a new loving situation, whatever in your life, but it's brand new. So what do we need to know? You could be moving to a brand new area where no one knows you. You might be even thinking, hey, I want to delete all my social media. I want to change my name. I want to move to Belize. I want to be this brand new person. Okay, well, you could do that. But, even if you were to have that blank slate, that fresh new beginning, you could still potentially mess it up. But what is going on for Pisces? We have the Fool, double clarification of the Fool coming out. So here we go. I don't know if you can see it. Here we go. But here's the thing though, Pisces. Even if you mess it up, it's almost like you could restart a situation again. Okay? This is saying that you have like infinite lives. But not infinite lives in a way. Not like, super spiritual. It's really saying that when a situation doesn't work out, you go on to a new adventure. And then hope that it works out for you over there. And if it doesn't work out for you, you just continuously do that. So we have the Judgment in reversed, and we have the Hanged Man upright. This is you not holding on to anything right here. This is you finally divinely aligning yourself with the universe and saying, hey, when the universe calls me into a new situation, I can't just stay within my grave right there. I have to be called to this new beginning. And that's the enlightenment with the Hanged Man. When the Hanged Man is in reverse, he's seeking enlightenment, right? Well, when it's upright, he's seeking the enlightenment. When it's in reverse, this represents him gaining the enlightenment and then cutting himself from that tree. With the Judgment in reverse, this is saying that you want to stay within your grave because the Judgment represents the rapture, being called into heaven, right, on the day of judgment. So when it's upright, it represents the angel blasting his trumpet and then everyone's coming out of their grave. But this is you saying, no, I want to stay in my grave. I want to stay on this earth. But here's the thing. There's a better situation ahead of you. So stop holding on to everything, Pisces. When a situation ends, you have to be like the Fool and walk away from that. In fact, I believe Pisces rules the feet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Pisces. Maybe it's Libra, but I think it's Pisces. So leaving a situation, walking away from that, right? 8, 9, 10 of Cups. Yeah, so it is the feet. You have to understand that for yourself, that when a situation is just not going to work out for you, there will be a judgment call. That judgment call will be, hey, it's going to get worse. And as long as you stay in this situation, it's going to continuously get worse. Or you can make the smart decision and just follow the universe, because this is your card coming out, the Hanged Man. Understanding that when you have this judgment call, just move forward. Do not be scared. Do not hold on to things from the past, because Pisces is not the sign that holds on to things. It's the oldest, it's the wisest. This is technically considered like your last reincarnation, depending on where your Pisces placement is. Going through all of the signs to finally end. So what is going on with this Fool energy? What are you walking away from, walking away into? Four of Pentacles with the Eight of Pentacles. You're holding on to work right here. This could be a job. This could be a situation saying, hey, you know that you need to leave this and you know you need to find a new situation for yourself. Maybe it's going back to school, but you don't want to do that. Maybe because you've done it before. For example, maybe you've gone to school, it didn't work out, and now you're holding on to everything. You don't want to go back to school, but that's the only way you're going to advance within your life, right? Starting a new situation. So what is this Judgment energy? You have the Ten of Swords and you have the Queen of Wands. This is you wanting to stay dead. You don't want to see the beauty of life right here. This is you saying that you'd rather wallow within your sorrow right here. In fact, you might even feel dead because the Ten of Swords with this Queen of Wands energy represents backstabbing and betrayal, but also it's a peaceful state, right? Because he is dying. He's seeing the light the one last time. He's feeling that peace. It's kind of like, what's the word? When people freeze to death of hypothermia, they usually see like that light and they feel warm and fuzzy and they want to stay within that energy, right? So that's kind of what I'm seeing for you right here is that you're seeing this light, you're seeing this hazy smoke, whatever it is. It could be that maybe you do drugs, you have all these toxic addictions to yourself, and you want to stay within like this purple haze. But it's saying that you need to wake up and you need to move forward within your life, even though it feels comfortable. And that's the problem with Pisces, is that Pisces have the most signs of the most billionaires. I know I've told you that the most, right? But Pisces understand the ebb and flow of money. Pisces understand a lot of certain things within life. Pisces actually rule the most things out of all the other signs. It's like outer space. It's the concept of fantasy, the concept of money, like all the concepts, that's what Pisces rule, the concept of magic. So with all of these different concepts, it's really easy for Pisces to be bogged down, especially since Pisces tend to be the most escapist of the signs. However, it's saying that if you truly want to enjoy this one last reincarnation of your life, if you truly want to ascend right here, stop staying stagnant in something that makes you feel comfortable. Because at the end of the day, the Ten of Swords is a comfort card. It is the ending. Technically, I don't know if I can say it on YouTube, but I am going to say it. It is suicide, all right? Someone is contemplating it with the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Swords, it becomes too much, and then the Ten of Swords, they continue to do it, or they commit it, right? So, in a way, it is that blissful state. It is a bittersweet card, however you want to view it. But you can't stay within that energy, Pisces. This is you wanting to stay within your grave. So let's look at this Hanged Man energy. The Three of Wands and the Star. You have to send out messages in order to get to this star right here, right? But I do see a message is coming back for you. You're receiving a message from something that you truly desire. Remember, the star represents Aquarius, and Aquarius is the grand astrologer. And when we look at the star, we have to look at our 10th house because I believe that rules our career, right? So when we look at the 10th house, this is saying that your idea of your true desire within work is coming in for you. But perhaps you have to get rid of some things within your life. This could be, drinking, smoking, whatever. If you do certain drugs, they're not going to hire you because you're going to, pop positive. And that's the thing right there, is that maybe you don't want to leave this state even though you have a really good opportunity coming up. You have to get rid of something. You have to cut something out of your life. That's also the Ten of Swords, cutting something out. So let's clarify this new situation coming out for Pisces. What do we need to know? Oh, that card almost wanted to drop out. So what do we need to know for Pisces? What's coming out for you? King of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the Devil. You have an opportunity to be blessed by this King of Swords. This King of Swords wants to work with you. And what did we say before? Something that's holding you back, something that's chaining you down is the devil, addictions. You are addicted to doing something. You're addicted to whatever it is, and you don't want to move forward. However, you are being blessed by this Ace of Swords, or not Ace of Swords, this King of Swords, someone who has a lot of intellect. This is like a judge, an attorney, someone who just could be a doctor. At the top of something, at the top of like the Hierophant organization. When we talk about the Hierophant organization, it represents military, law, legal systems, whatever. So someone is at the very top with this King of Swords. They have the highest amount of intellect. It's also Aquarian energy. And they want to give to you, Pisces. But here's the thing, you're stuck within this hazy state of this devil. Because right here, this older brother is giving this cup to his sister. The cups represent emotions, right? He wants her to be a child. He wants her to understand fantasy and be happy to be alive and be a young child because he's older, so he obviously understands like the concept of death and tragedy. He doesn't want her to understand that. However, this person is giving something to you, but they know that you are bound to something right here. Therefore, it's something that's holding them back is that you are bound to whatever this addiction is. Self-sabotage. Maybe this person knows that you are addicted to self-sabotaging yourself. However, someone does want to give you the opportunity, but it does look very bleak with this double energy. You have the Seven of Wands. You're pushing back against it too. You're pushing back against your own blessing within your life right here because you have some type of negative trait that you don't want to get rid of. The Magician. Here's the thing, Pisces. All right, we're going to talk about real shit, especially within the spiritual community. A lot of people do drugs in the spiritual community because it helps them tap into the feeling more magical, right? But ultimately, when you gain your enlightenment, you're supposed to stop. That's the whole point, right? So once you gain the enlightenment, you need to stop doing it. Unless it's like medically prescribed, right? You can't stay within this hazy state. There's no point to continue chasing after the fantasy once you already know the inner workings of the fantasy, right? For example, great scientists like, what was his name? Not Richard Dawkins, Stephen Hawking, I believe so. You know, all the great scientists, they've dabbled on certain things, and then they understood the mysteries of the universe. Maybe that's what you were wanting to do. Maybe that's what you've understood. However, once you understand it, there's nothing else to understand outside of like studying real life complicated scenarios, okay? Once you understand, you know, the magical things of the universe, like the concept of dimensions and time and space and blah, 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 the only thing that you can really do is look at a book and understand how they truly work now. It's time for you to pick up the algebra books, the pre-cal books, the trigonometry books, the geometry books, not the whole mystifying space hazy magic thing, right? And I feel like that's what you need to understand for yourself, Pisces, is that you're holding yourself back by chaining yourself to addictions instead of moving forward and studying the hard things. And I kind of feel like this King of Swords could be you as well. Maybe you want to progress into being like, you know, someone who's an astrophysicist, but you can't get into the programs because you don't want to give up, you know, the thing that made you think of it in the first place. The Ace of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, and the Three of Cups. It's like you're constantly giving to these situations right here, these third-party situations. This could be friends because maybe they feed into this situation for you. Maybe you do it with them, but it's causing you anxiety because you're at the same time, you're knowing that these people are truly not meant for you. These people are causing you to go around in circles within your mind, but you keep spending money to be with these people, all right? Could also represent that maybe you're addicted to having friends. And so therefore, to cut out some sort of anxiety, you just spend money. Hoping that people will be your friend, hoping that you can raise your cups up with them. Three of Swords, it's not working for you. It's still leaving you sad. And the Strength energy, along with the Five of Wands. All it does is create conflict. You want stability, but these situations are constantly causing conflict within your life, Pisces. You're hoping to find stability, right? But I'm here to tell you, Pisces, you're only going to find stability once you get rid of the thing that's holding you back, whether it's a person, a place, or a thing, all right? You're spending money on the situation, hoping that you can still attain some sort of Three of Cups energy, but it's still leading you into sadness and anxiety. You're kind of like medicating yourself to appear happy, but ultimately that's screwing yourself out of good opportunities for you in the future. You're wanting to stay within this hazy state because it makes you feel more magical. But what would truly make you feel more magical is if you tapped into this King of Swords energy, and this King of Swords energy is understanding the magic behind it, okay? Instead of being one of the munchkins in The Wizard of Oz, this is being the wizard himself, running Oz, okay? He understands how it works. That was the disappointment of Dorothy, is that realizing that at the end of the day, Oz was just kind of like the Matrix. She understood that there was someone who was running everything behind it. The Emerald City was just smoke and mirrors, right? So this is you finally having to wake up and saying, how can I create Oz for myself? How can I move forward within my life? So I kind of feel like a lot of Pisceans out there really want to do something that's very hard to comprehend, right? So this could be saying that maybe you want to be a doctor, maybe you want to be a chemist, maybe you want to be, I don't know, but something's ultimately holding you back from doing that. It could be money. However, there are ways to get around it. There are scholarships, there are programs you can apply for, there are other things. But generally, they're going to want you to, be clean. You're just squandering your time and your resources on things that aren't making you happy instead of trying to attain your true happiness. And your true happiness is what you thought about as a child. This can also represent that you always had a dream. Like, for example, some kids say, oh, I want to be an astronaut. Well, now that you're older, you're saying, I can't be an astronaut. It requires you to have all these different certifications, all of these qualifications. Well, maybe you can't be an astronaut. Maybe you physically can't. But you could be an astrophysicist. You could be whatever. You could go to school for mathematics. You could go to school for whatever you wanted to. But this is you having to buckle down and actually do that situation, Pisces. This is you not giving into the fantasy of, people saying, oh, we're living in the 12th dimension and, high vibration karmics and whatever. No, this is actually being grounded in reality, Pisces. And I feel like a lot of Pisces like being grounded in reality, but they realize how difficult it is. So therefore they're saying, well, I'd rather not be in reality. I'm never going to attain it anyway. So it's easier for me to escape. So anyway, Pisces, let's see what else is going on for you. But it's still just causing you conflict. You have to be the real magician right here. You have to be the wizard. All right, the Wizard of Oz. This is you going into that Aquarian energy with this magician energy, okay? This is you saying that I want to reach the stars. How do I reach the stars? Well, you have to understand how far away a star is from the Earth, right? So mathematics. You have to understand, how to get there. So you're going to have to understand geometry of like trajectory and lift. And how are you going to make this type of metal? Well, metal crafting. You're going to have to understand, chemistry. How can you get the rockets to propel itself? Well, you're going to have to, understand rocket fuel. Like there's a whole lot that the magician understands because he's a master of all sciences and magics. Because at the end of the day, Pisces, I know I've told you this before, science is magic, all right? It's unexplained technology. That's what magic is. Magic is just unexplained technology. When you see witches fly on broomsticks, in movies, that can be easily explained. They did it at, I believe it was Harvard or MIT. They said, we'll use electromagnetic nodes. We'll make an electromagnetic broomstick. They stuck the broomstick in these magnetic nodes. You could sit on it and you could ride it around. It had like a little motor. Boom. All of a sudden you have flying broomsticks. Like that's the simple thing right there, Pisces. But here's the thing. It required a lot of studying. These people were at like top tier. Okay. So that's kind of what I'm seeing for you is that maybe Pisces, you have to be top tier yourself in order to create this magical world. So let's see. Let's look at the spellcasting oracles. What do we need to know for the spellcasting oracle? So this is basically saying that you need to buckle down into something and bring your imagination into reality. Having that hanged man moment. So you really, really need to be grounded in reality right here and understand your dreams. Focusing on your dreams. And if there's something that's truly holding you back, whether it's an addiction, whether it's a chain, whatever, getting around that, taking off that chain around your neck and moving forward with your life, okay? So let's see, what's going on for Pisces? This is very similar to Aquarian's reading, except they were all about getting peace and rest and relaxation. This is you saying that you've had enough of that, you need to move forward. So family and beauty. What I'm seeing right here, right now, Pisces, is that what could be holding you back is your family. Not saying that it is. Maybe these are the people that you need to focus on. With your beauty energy, taking care of your body right here, trying to appear more beautiful, okay? So taking care of your hair, your skin, your nails, maybe you haven't been doing that. I know a lot of people, when they go on benders, they don't do those things. So Pisces, right here, you have to understand that this is your only body, so take care of it, okay? regardless of how you feel about it. Take care of it. I hate saying this, but here's the thing. A lot of people will do negative things because they don't like themselves, right? Well, I'll never be this, that, and the other, so I might as well just self-medicate to make myself happy. But here's the thing, Pisces. If you were to throw yourself into studying, you could change those things with plastic surgery, which is why they exist. A lot of people don't like hearing that. They're like, oh, body positivity. Well, at the end of the day, sometimes people don't like themselves. And no matter what you tell them, they're still not going to like themselves. So don't hurt yourself anymore. Focus on your future and say, okay, well, maybe 10 years from now, it'll be okay. Maybe I won't think about these things. But in 10 years, if you're still having the same problem, well, you can fix that. You can change it. All right? There is a positive way to do things for yourself, Pisces. So let's look at the Halloween Oracle. And you know what? I'm not going to be one of those people that's going to tell you, oh, everything's okay. You're beautiful the way you are. I mean, everyone is. But at the end of the day, I could tell you that till I'm blue in the face. Until you learn to accept it for yourself, nothing's going to change. And if it requires you to get, say, a nose job that you've always wanted since you were younger to make yourself truly happy, well, all right, Pisces, then you're going to have to study so that way you can pay for it, right? Black Cat, fortune meets opportunity, ancestors, love and legacy in our DNA. I keep getting that card. I want to get one more. Cauldron, synergy and healing. So, Black Cat, fortune meets opportunity. So I do see that there is a fortuitous event coming, and then you can capitalize off that situation. With this love and legacy in our DNA, this could be coming from your family. Maybe your family is going to give you a tip about something. Maybe your family member is very educated in a skill, and maybe they want you to be educated in that skill. Cauldron, synergy and healing. Focusing on your recovery right here. Maybe you are going through a recovery, like a 12-step process. If you are, then I wish you luck. So with this synergy and healing energy, this is you understanding that you need to put your effort, your time, and attention after you heal into something more constructive, okay? Putting everything together to make this potion to heal yourself. That's the whole point of the cauldron. You're throwing all of your ingredients in, mixing it up into a potion, and then drinking it. Now, I'm not saying to take anything from a stranger right here, but like a tea. Like maybe you want to study herbal teas. Maybe you want to study herbalism, whatever. Great thing. You can actually take a lot of courses in herbalism. That might be something that you want to do, Pisces. Maybe you don't like the scientific realm. Maybe you do want to focus more on like the magical realm of things. However, in the magical realm of things, it's still a scientific realm. For example, if you want to be an herbalist, go to botany school. Like that's one way to do it. If you want to open up like an apothecary, you should probably know about plants. So getting a certification in herbalism, actually going out into the woods, meeting someone who can teach you about herbs and mushrooms and plants. If you want to actually create, say for example, to extract medication from plants, then you'd have to go to learn how to be a chemist. So at the same time, magical stuff, the things that witches did is basically just chemistry. So let's look at this. We have butterfly, fragility, and fly, dis-ease, disease. So be very careful with your health right here. So what I'm seeing right now is that there is a possibility that you'll want to do something that's going to really damage your health. Don't be tempted into doing something that's really going to hurt you right here, Pisces. Don't go back into something that you've wanted to do before. Maybe you've always been one of those people that's given into your deepest impulses, but I'm saying for you right now, if you want to actually feel healthy, stop doing that. Let me get you a couple of awakened cards. Now, you just might feel uncomfortable within a situation, but here's the thing with this dis-ease energy. When you recover from something, it hurts, all right? When you're giving up something, it feels painful. You're going to feel in a very fragile state. Understand that. Earth magic and nourish and flourish. That's what I was talking about with that chemistry stuff and that botany stuff. You still have to have a degree in certain things. You can get certifications. Like, you don't have to go to school for, like traditional college for, like, say, to be an herbalist or to be, say, a acupuncturist, things of that nature. However, if you want more in-depth knowledge and more in-depth training, then you'd have to go to school for, like, chemistry or botany or whatever, right? So that's that earth magic, understanding the deep earth magic. And then with nourish and flourish, this is you understanding you want to take care of yourself. So maybe you want to go into, like, more of a naturopathic approach. Doctors, even in med school, I believe, they take it for maybe a semester naturopathy. So maybe you've always wanted to be a naturopathy doctor. So after you go to medical school, you could still be a naturopath. Like, there are other courses you can take. So that's what that nourish and flourish is. Maybe you want to be a pediatrician. So healing people, because once again, the King of Swords is someone who can heal people. He's at the top, you know, doctor, judge, whatever, but very, very skilled and highly ranked. So let me get you a couple of rune cards. We have Berkana, birch. Earthly meaning is creativity, new ideas, birth, and nourishment. The spiritual meaning is motherly energy and inner growth. Okay, so inner growth from this situation, giving up certain things, creativity, and birthing new ideas. So also taking care of your body with this nourishment card. And with this new ideas, this is surrendering to the divine, so that way you can be enlightened with this hanged man energy. So maybe you're receiving some sort of just blessing from the universe, like some idea that will just make things a lot better. You have Sawilu, strength, success in all ventures, good health, and speedy recovery. So maybe you might be catching, you know, a slight cold right here, but I do see like good health and speedy recovery in your future. Maybe you will have to go and see a doctor right here, but if you do have to go and see a doctor, you will meet someone who's actually very, very skilled in what they do, okay? With this, where is that card? Hold on. So we pulled 3 cards of Aquarius. We have the Star, we have the Magician, and the King of Swords. So 3 Aquarian energies. So I do see right here, you could potentially meet someone, if you get sick, you're going to meet someone who knows exactly what they're doing. All right, so they're a master of medication, because once again, the Magician can be represented as like a pharmacist, because he represents all of that, you know, pharmakia. Pharmakia was the Greek way of saying black magic, occultic arts, but also healing arts. So the King of Swords, someone who's very, very mentally strong within that. And then you have the Star, which represents seeing things from a higher perspective, someone who has high mental clarity. So anyway, Pisces, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.